Hey guys, I just want to do a quick video on my roach colony. This is the container right in front of me. We're going to do a kind of a walkthrough on what I do to take care of them. So I don't usually have this light on them. They don't love the light, but this video would be too dark without it. So it's in kind of a dark corner of the room. You can get big egg crate, but this is what I had. This is what I found at my local ranching store, and I didn't want to buy any online, so yeah. So right there you can see some of my roaches. I wouldn't say they're large. I'd say they're probably a medium size, and there's a couple babies hiding throughout there. I bought about 1,000 roaches, maybe a little more than a month ago, because my bearded dragon Sheldon, he will eat me out of house and home if I let him. So here's the food and their water crystals. So as you can see, the food is running low. It's getting dirty. And the water crystals, pretty good. I can top them off. Now, under here are my adults. I like to keep my adults separated from the regular colony, just because it's easier to keep track of them, make sure that they're producing, just make sure they're staying healthy. So let me get this out of here and I will pull it up. Get those guys off. Okay. So I made this top screen. It is just window screen lining. With the rubber band really doesn't do much, but it's just peace of mind. And there's the noise of roaches, and there are a lot of roaches in here. Here's a close-up. This one probably molted today, probably earlier this morning, and it will turn and look just like this one later in the day, probably 24 hours. Just kind of cool, kind of fun to see them molt. I throw in cuties or halos in here about once a week, a couple. There's one left. The adults are kind of slow at eating them, but they get the job done. So the adults have food in this tray down here, and they have water, which I think I need to change the water or add some more. So yeah, I will do that in a little bit, but let me show you the food I do. So I have this roach feed, roach chow, super high protein. Crickets love it. I think it's better smelling than cricket food. I think the orange cubes that you usually feed crickets really stink. I mean, roaches will eat that, but it smells bad and it makes your colony stink faster. This stuff just kind of smells like dog food. So, I mean, it's not bad. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it's mainly made out of, because there's a lot of protein in dog food. So I'll just top off their food. I don't throw out the old stuff unless it starts getting really nasty, because it's wasteful, and they're roaches. They're good at cleaning it up. So, and then here's my water crystals. I'm going to show you what it looks like for water. This should last you a long time. I bought, I think this was 5 pounds? I don't know, 3 pounds. Split it with my brother. And this is, I think, like 2 tablespoons or something like that. I mean, there's just a ton in there. It's full. I hardly use any of this. So, yeah, little goes a long ways with that. Top this off. And I do this probably twice, well, three to 4 times a week. Once every other day. These water crystals are hard to pick up. It's possible. And when I mix it, I don't use pure drinking water. I just use regular water. I'm not concerned. My water here is pretty good. And it's not too hard on the reptiles. But if you have concerns about that, definitely buy pure drinking water. Wouldn't hurt. Let me go through this part. They love it over here. There's just tons down there. There's a couple molds. The reason why you do vertical is so that all the poop and stuff falls to the bottom. All the molts. Just tons of molts down there. It keeps everything healthy by having it all fall. It needs a good cleaning. But we'll do that in a couple weeks once it starts smelling. So to get to the adults, I have to take the rubber band off and this mesh off. And I don't want the adults to get loose, so I have to knock them down. I think there's just one out right now. I mean, you can let your adults roam. Ew. But I don't like that. I think it's kind of fun having just a breeding tank area. So there's the adults. There's tons of them. There's little babies in the water. Other crap. Yeah. Let's top the water off. And these waters get dirty. You do have to clean it out occasionally and start over new. But this stuff is cheap and lasts forever, so not a huge concern. So that's what they do. They'll hollow it out and it'll be completely empty when all is done. So, oh, here's a cool scene. So this is a female, and that is her egg sac. So she'll shoot that out, and I believe they'll just hatch from that. Before, when they're breeding, the males have a little pin that they stick in there and pregnate all of them, and then she sticks this out, and they'll all hatch from that. It's kind of cool. So. The way to tell a female from a male is females have these little short little wings. I mean, they're not really wings, just kind of nubs. And a male, it's right here, has these wings. Now they can't fly. They kind of flutter when they do try to fly. It's kind of a jump. I haven't seen it, but my wife has, so kind of fun. Glad we were able to show you guys that part, because it's weird. And the first time I saw it, I was like, what the crap? So, anyways, that's Dubia Roaches. They're fun. They don't stink compared to crickets. And it is a lot easier to house than crickets, and they don't die off like crickets do. So, alright guys, if you have any questions about raising dubia roaches and breeding them, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll be creating some more videos. Oh, heat pad, real quick. Just keep it warm. They like the warmth, and yeah. Okay. Thanks guys. Bye.